What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another ST Garage video, and this is our final episode of our 4-part Mustang series, this one covering the Shelby GT500. This one was an interesting one. You can say some things have changed and other things like the design cues from the original Ford design didn't really change too much, but overall I think you guys are going to like it, so let's get into it. Starting off with the front end, we have the hood. I kept the regular S550 Shelby GT350 hood that I designed for the 350. The only thing that really stayed the same was that. For the rest of the front bumper, everything has changed except for the headlights. Side vents, roughly the same size. Lower vent, I left. That also is GT350-esque, so I can't really see that only the hood's changed when that also has changed. Or it has stayed the same, I should say. Nevertheless, besides the hood and the lower half of the front bumper and the headlights, everything else has changed besides those three things. The front grille especially was enlarged. It looks a lot more aggressive, a lot more mean. I added Shelby underneath it. I figured that kind of fit that area. Without that, it would just look a little too plain because there really isn't a lot of free space since there are a lot of grills and intakes taking up a majority of that space. So there's not a lot of real estate to work with. As per usual with all my designs, the side vents are massive to accommodate a bunch of other things that go into building a car from an engineering perspective. I think it looks good. It really hasn't changed for the most part from the original design that Ford made, but there is a wide body on this car, if you haven't noticed. And the the front splitter, it kind of goes up like these fins to help accommodate airflow. I was thinking about putting canards on it, but I think that would take away from what I'm trying to show y'all in the beginning. I think it looks good. Let me know what y'all think. Is the Shelby badge too big? Is the Shelby lettering too much? Should I have used the redesigned headlights for this? Should I have used the redesigned headlights for this particular model? Let me know, because honestly, I think it looks good, but obviously everyone has their opinions, so y'all let me know in the comments. The GT500 is a track-oriented car, so there's going to be a lot of track-esque features and engineering that's going to go into this. Overall, it's really hard to change the GT500 because the S550, from an evolutionary standpoint, when it comes to trim levels, has always built up to a certain design language, and it's really hard to change that if you don't go back and change the original. I kind of went off of both my original design for the early S550 GTs and what Ford made, and I've kind of tried to mix and match both because I don't want to stray too far off. I don't want it to look like a completely different generation, so this is kind of like my take on it. Now for the sides, nothing really changed from the GT350 I designed. Obviously the intake, where the snake logo, the Cobra logo I should say is, and small effects in the rear to make it look more like a Mustang. You know, Eleanor side scoop, stuff like that. So that's pretty much it for the side profile of the car. The real change is really the rear of the car, where I added a wing. I added a wing to the rear of the car. That's pretty much it. Obviously the lettering GT500, stuff like that, just to, get rid of all that extra real estate where there's nothing there. You add the GT500 text, the Shelby snake, everything else, and you have yourself a complete GT500. I think it looks good. Y'all gotta let me know. And if there's anything you guys would have done differently, also let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe. This is the final episode of the Mustang redesign series. Next, I'm going to see if I can do the Challenger and the Charger in their own little series. And then we'll move on to other things like the Corvette, the Viper, more higher end, I guess you could say, American cars. And then we'll see what we push from there. We'll probably do S197s, 5th gen Camaro. The sky's the limit. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.